Welcome back to Kings Meadows Bowls Club for the second game on day 2 of our development series game, and this stream will be bringing you a singles game between two of our junior cohorts. So this game we have Mitch Banks from the Cremorne Bowls Club in the blue, and he's playing against Archie Burton from Turners Beach Bowls Club, and Archie's wearing a yellow top. I'm joined by Brad Johns for this stream, so welcome, Brad.
Thanks, Phil. There's two very strong junior players here, so it should be a good game.
Yeah, Brad's one of our open men's selectors, so as with all the other officials, he's given up his time to come along and have a bit of a look at the development series. Opportunity for the selectors to see different things than they normally look for at our training sessions. The marker for this game is Kim Saunders, one of our open ladies selectors. So she's going to be marking. Great couple of openers there from Mitchie Banks.
Just watching the game this morning, Phil, these two boys played quite solid. Archie actually skipped the pairs and got a nice win there, and Mitch led in his game, so that might have been a little bit of an upper hand to start this one for Mitch.
Oh, good attempt there by Mitch. He's set up pretty well. He's one down in the head, I think, but he does have the next 3 shots. Probably still got the next 3 shots.
Yeah, good eyes, Phil. Spotted that from there after the question just got asked to the marker.
So a change of hands from Mitch. Weight looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's played that pretty well.
Cracking shot from Mitch.
Archie following Mitch's line. Looks to be travelling just a little bit.
Oh, Mitch puts one finger up, so one to the blue team to start things off. Mitch plays Premier League at Cremorne Bowls Club. We play against him in our local competitions, so it's been interesting to watch him over the last couple of years. He's suddenly shot up, and all of a sudden he's the same height as the rest of us. He's been little Mitchie Banks, but he's not anymore. He's just Mitch, and he's as big as the rest of us.
Yes, he's certainly shot up over the last 12 months. Been around a little bit now, Mitchie, playing for 3.5 years down at Cremorne with all those Bankses.
Plays with his father and his grandfather and his brother.
I think
pretty solid start that end too.
I think they went pretty well a couple of years ago in the BPL Cup, if I remember correctly.
They did. I think they got through to the. They were the state representatives, won the state BPL final, and represented us at Pine Rivers.
And went pretty well over there too, I think, for a small little club down at Cremorne. Archie hasn't been playing quite as long up at Turners Beach there. Just a couple of years, but he's a winner of this year's state fours.
And that's a beautiful shot from Archie. The standings so far in this development series, the four colour teams, the red team who you see predominantly wearing black tops, blue and yellow and green teams. At the moment we have the black team on top of our ladder. They have 10 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, coached by Aaron Moore. The blue team, the McMullen team, 5 wins, 1 draw and 6 losses. The yellow team, which is Alex Elwell's team, 5 wins and 7 losses. And bringing up the rear, we have the green team, 3 wins and 9 losses. And they're coached by Don Patmore.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see the mix of combinations, Phil, with players across the over 60s, the Open, the Para and the Juniors. It's good to see how they gel together.
Yeah, it's been great. We were watching the last game. I saw Michelle Moat, who's in the blue team, is one of our over 60s squad members. She was playing against Jeremy Bracken from the green team. Jeremy's out on the green at the moment in his wheelchair, and so his opponent was pushing him up the green in his wheelchair between ends, which is really quite fascinating. We've got the juniors out there cheering on the Open and the over 60s with their arm around a parabola, giving them encouragement. It's been great to watch the way all the various cohorts have mixed together. Doesn't happen very often, and I think it's been a very worthwhile exercise to see it happen.
Yeah, I think you're right. Archie picking up the second end there with a 2 and starting this 13 quite well.
That's a great reply, isn't it? Just beautiful draw weight. And the development series is proudly sponsored and brought to you by DRT Bowls. You'll find them at bowlstournaments.com.au. If you're a bowler travelling and you're looking for a tournament to play in, or just looking for a local tournament, you'll find listings on their site. And if you're a club looking to run a tournament, you can use their site to promote your tournament, get on their listings so that other bowlers can find you.
Yeah, great idea that, Phil, and not before time, I might add. You do a bit of travelling yourself, it'll be good to just find out what's going on around the place as you go along.
Well, it's surprising how flexible you can be when you're travelling. You know you've got to get from point A to point B, but there's half a dozen different ways you can travel to get from point A to point B. And if you can jump on a website and see that there's a tournament on the second weekend and it's at Dubbo, well, you can change your direction and go through Dubbo, join the tournament, have a game of bowls on the way. So it's a very useful tool.
There's no better way to meet the locals either, as we know. Each plays an absolute bomb there.
I think this is going to be a very high standard game. Both these boys are good, solid players.
Yeah, both play nice weight back their draw most of the time. So we're not surprised to see a couple of tight heads, especially early in the game.
Bit of weight from Archie, and it's left Mitch with one bowl to play, and he's probably got 18 inches, 2 feet to make another shot, and potentially, if he plays his forehand, trails the kitty a foot, he might make 3, so pretty safe.
It's on his backhand there again. He seems to be preferring that going this way.
Yeah, he's
pulling up short.
Opportunity goes begging. Camera crew just moving the cameras around as the players move the mats and the kitty gets placed. First bullet from Mitch on the way, on the backhand. Looks pretty good.
Another great start there by Mitch.
Front knocker, you can't do much better than that. A reasonable reply from Archie. He's got a bowl in the general area, building up the head. Second bowl from Mitch had nice weight, just faded a little bit.
Yeah, he probably a little bit timid to getting too close to it with his first one being a front touch-up. Another well-positioned bowl from Archie there.
Yeah, potentially see a change of hand from Archie now. He's got a bowl. That's a bit more useful from Mitch. And we do have a change of hand from Archie.
Just those two bowls right there as Archie plays an absolute cracker to lay it out for shot.
And Mitch will be glad that his third bowl finished where it did, just behind the head, and now he's got a shot to play.
Yeah, that just highlights the experience of these two that you mentioned before, Phil. Mitch, for starters, realising that he just had to get one behind the head as he just ducks underneath the shot bowl. And then Archie changing hands straight away.
Yep. Well, it's a bit of a lonely game sometimes, singles. You haven't got somebody standing next to you making suggestions. Nobody's telling you what shot to play. But at the end of the day, every bowl you play, you have a decision to make, and you have to make those decisions quickly. If there's a change needed, you need to make the change, not wait, put it off. And the better players in singles are the players with good tactical awareness, and they're decisive.
Archie probably had a chance of making 2 or 3 there, just missing under
Yeah, he
Mitch's
could have
bowl.
made a good score, I think, if he'd sat that bowl fat.
The score now goes 3-2, and I think I can't see any reason why it's not going to go the distance.
Archie just stretching things out a bit. Nicely weighted first bowl.
Yeah, finishing jack eye, maybe just short. It should be thereabouts as well by the looks of this.
Yeah, I think Mitch has done enough. That's jack eye bowl as well, so players have got the weight. They played 3 games yesterday and 2 games. This is their second game today, so they ought to be used to the weight of the green now. I mean, each rink's slightly different for line, marginally, but it's pretty true for weight. No real reason why the players shouldn't be playing nice draw weight and getting close.
As Mitch has, as you say that, Mitch has played another lovely draw shot there.
Yeah, exactly the same weight, both bowls.
And I guess that's the key, Phil. If you allow your opponent just to find a rhythm, you are going to be finding it difficult to score yourself, playing different weight each time.
That's right, and sometimes in singles, if you can't get the mat, if you can't win an end, you find yourself stuck playing a length that your opponent likes, end after end, and they get into a rhythm. You need to find a way to win an end, even if you have to win it a bit ugly, and at least get the mat back and change something.
Archie's got 3 reasonably close bowls here, but he finds himself 2 down and hasn't really got a lot on.
No. It looks like he's just going to try and draw close. Try and minimise the damage. And in fact, that's the second time this game he's played a draw shot like that to one of Mitch's bowls and has just fallen off it and laid shot.
Yeah, he's played that perfectly. Just moving the jack and pulling up nicely for shot. It's,
Well, Mitch has the opportunity now. He's got a bowl that's accessible and he's got perhaps 3 seconds. Swinging on the backhand for the bowl, I'd suggest.
once again favouring his backhand going this way.
Just playing over the door wagon through there, mate. Playing their shot. Mate, get up on the six, good. We got Ebony
Just
off there, doing a good toe.
Didn't let go for him and misses wide. So an opportunity goes begging. And in singles, there's only 4 bowls in play for each player. Your opportunities to score don't come around every end. When they do, and you have 3 seconds and a chance, it's important that you capitalise on your opportunities. Try and make the best of it.
Yeah, and you've only got to pick up two of those opportunities and can change the game quite quickly. Even just stringing a couple ends together, as Archie has, and another lovely start there. All of a sudden you start putting a little bit of that scoreboard pressure on your opponent as well.
Yep. Well, one thing that's obvious, both these players know how to play their first bowl. End after end, they're putting in a cracking first bowl each.
Yeah, we've definitely drawn the short straw to be commentating this one. Absolute cracking bowls going down from both players.
Well, that was a change of hands from Mitch, and you can't do much better than that. He's improved on his first bowl, changed hands and drawn around a bowl. And I think Mitch is holding the one shot.
On a similar line, just running into the front ones. Weight would have been very close again.
So we might see a slight change here from Archie, perhaps a little bit more weight just to try and turn the front of the head over and improve his angle. I'm not sure if you can see the edge of Mitch's bowl around the front. It's a bit hard to tell from where we're sitting.
Now, I'm not sure if the front bowl will go past his own either. That could be a bit of a danger. He may just have to try and draw two Mitches, but we're about to find out.
On the backhand. So probably looking for Mitch's bowl.
Yeah, it looks to just be a confident draw.
Played it beautifully. A clap from Mitch as the bowl came in. Game played in good spirit.
Yeah, about halfway down the green, Mitch gives the clap on the side of the leg and drops his head as if to say he's got this.
He's got me.
And again, it's a bit hard to see from here, Phil, but could have made two of it.
Yeah, potentially he has. Perhaps just wanted another foot or so of weight on that line.
It looks like it was. Just the one to Archie.
Perhaps shortened it up just a little bit this end, Archie. Beautiful start from Mitch. Dropping in just behind the jack.
Yeah, Archie just moving the mat about a little bit, changing the length slightly, just trying to fill Mitch out a bit. At the moment, it doesn't seem to matter what length it is. Both boys are thereabouts.
Mitch drops in for another close bowl, 2 shots. Well, Archie gave that every chance and just slid through the hole, but he's got a bowl now in a good position. I was trying to read his body language as he was watching the bowl.
They're not giving too much away.
No. Possibly Mitch would have been better around the back with that one.
Bit heavy going by his body language there, Phil.
So a chance for Mitch here to even up the scores. He's holding 2 by the looks of things, and he's got perhaps 18 inches, 2 feet to draw a third. I think that's probably enough. Should have got Kim some paddles. So the scores are level. I think we'll be saying that more than once during this game.
I think so. And as you mentioned before about taking your opportunity to get a number, Mitch there drawing another one for 3, even though Archie's won the last 2 or 3 ends. Mitch takes his opportunity when he gets it, and that's back to square.
Well, in all types of lawn bowls, 4s, triples, singles, that lazy last bowl is a very important bowl. If you have the opportunity with your last bowl to add 1 shot, you should add 1 shot if you can, because if you do it 3 times in a game, a lot of games are decided by 3 or less. You can't waste that last bowl.
Yeah, it's quite important. And then we have a front toucher with Archie's first bowl again. I don't think we've had too many ends where either players had their first bowl too far away.
Mitch persisting on his backhand. Still trying to get a close bowl before he does any attacking on this end, and he may find himself 3 down when this last bowl stops. Oh, that's a little unlucky for Archie, isn't it? Because that's done what Mitch wasn't able to do for himself.
Yeah, Mitch has had a lovely his roughest end of the game, and Archie's just helped him out there a little bit. Probably sets up a bit of a shot for him to play as well, where he didn't have much on before.
He'll be ruining the fact that one of his first 3 bowls didn't end up in a good spot behind the head. Would have made this next shot a lot easier for him. Welcome Alex Elwell, coach of the
Yellows.
Yellow team.
Yeah.
Currently in 3rd place, Alex, but snapping at the heels of the blue team.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. I think we've started really well today. Taken a lot of the lessons on from yesterday in terms of, especially the team cohesion. So I'm loving how they've all bought in and they're all getting across each rink now. So yeah, can definitely hear them calling out their names and getting on board the yellow train.
It's been really noticeable, and it's surprising how initially we hadn't really thought about team uniforms or anything, but then we thought, well, we'll just go with something simple, get some coloured shirts, and when I introduced at the beginning of the series, I said to the players, buy into your colour and fight for your and you can see the players across the green doing it. In the last game, the blue team were on the other side, and Rick Ormerod was cheering out for someone on the next rink, and they were barracking for each other. It was really noticeable.
Yeah, I've tried to get the low going, 1, 2, 3 low, but
1, 2, 3
it's not really
low.
working. So I'm going to keep trying that one out, but
Keep pushing that.
one. But yeah, I think everyone's also bought into playing different roles too. They haven't just stuck in their own position. They've, you throw the magnets around, and someone that's used to playing backhand or play front end, and they really try and buy into that and feed off each other. That are more used to playing lead and things like that. So they're learning off each other as much more so than anything.
And it's actually a useful and an important thing for the people sitting around watching, like the selectors that are here watching. They can see that player might be playing out of position, but they're still having a red hot crack. Their head's not down because they're not getting what they want, or they're not in their preferred position. And it's a useful thing to be able to see who copes with those sorts of changes.
Yeah, it's a great bowl by Archie.
It's been a cracking game of singles. The boys are all over it.
Yeah, he was a bit nervous going into that one. He knows how good quality Mitch is at singles, so he was a bit nervous playing the singles, but I think he started really well. He's come up to the challenge.
And have you enjoyed the weekend so far, Alex?
Yeah, I've loved it. I've loved the different disciplines and having to coach each discipline. They all bring unique challenges and how they see the game's different. So I was just talking to Rowdy, you've got to change your communication styles a lot to see how they play their game and what's important to them. Some people like a lot of data and information, so I've been working on a little thing about trying to get effective bowl rates up and things like that for players, particularly like Rob and Kindy really like that kind of feedback, whereas maybe like Ebony and Bernie just like that sort of more personable feedback on how they're playing in the game, as opposed to delving deeper into the data. So
it's more important to them to get that feedback than to know that they've increased a stat.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're more stats inclined, where some people are. Yeah. So it's good to have that kind of base data to say, look, you played these ends well, and this is how you do it, that sort of thing on a reflection. Whereas people like real-time data as well, which is you got to sort of probably err on the side of being positive in a game because you want to keep they're motivated to fight back and win. I was really impressed with Kindlen in the singles last game of yesterday. He fell behind, I think it was 13-1, and he just came over for a chat. We did a couple of box breathing exercises, and we just said, look, it's 0-0. Start again. And from then on, he was shot for shot. He ended up, I think he went down 21-7, but after that point, it was 8 shots to 6.
Yeah.
So he was able to reset.
We had a look at it last night. It is surprising, and I remember talking to you about it yesterday. And and I mean, this is a development series, so for him, he learns a new skill.
Yep.
He can go into a game if he's feeling a bit nervous or a bit unsure of himself. He can start the game using that technique, relax himself.
Great shot.
Great shot from Mitch, and
Yeah.
probably
Absolutely.
a little bit unlucky that he's still.
I also found, even last night, having that time to speak with the team, I got a bit of one-on-one time with most of my players, and hearing them say that as well, that this skill worked in the last game of the day, so I'm going to try and use that in the next day.
Yeah.
So having that gap between the 2 days of the series has allowed them to then go back out immediately and try some of those things again from the first bowl, and they started amazing in the first game. The quality of bowls was through the roof.
And having a 2-day event, of course, is another part of the value of a development series. There would be any number of players out there who haven't been away with a team before, which has involved overnight stays and consecutive days of play. And as they move into representative teams, of course, that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to have to play at a level for a longer period of time, and they're not going to be sleeping in their own bed or eating out of their own fridge. So there are lots of skills they'll learn just from that.
Yeah, and that's where I think the mental game is even bigger. When you're playing bowls, game after game after game, that sort of accumulative stress can weigh you down after a long few days. So being able to find a skill to reset in game, but also in between games, I think keeps your level at a higher place for a longer time. So I've really loved it. I really love the series. I really love the opportunity to coach as a team, but also individually. So it's been a big challenge, definitely from the start, but I feel a bit more comfortable today, definitely, with the team. So
And of course, we touched on earlier about the mix of players from the different groups. So not only are they getting to know each other a bit more from all over the state as well, I dare say there wasn't too many players in your team that you've met before yesterday.
Yeah, I've met just a couple from South, but I didn't know them as well as obviously I do know them now, and how they see the game. So we sort of had a little group chat going before this weekend, and tried to understand how they like their feedback received in game and after games. And I think the first thing is you just try a lot of different things and see what works, and get that feedback, and then try and implement that.
Just try and refine that as you go. Keep pump more of the things that work and less of the things that don't. And
and that's the thing. Like running that warm up yesterday, it's like, well, that's a lot of a new thing for some people, but they all bought in, and then they all had feedback of, this worked well for me, this didn't work well for me, and then you can refine that as you get along, so that your warm up becomes somewhat unique to yourself, but also that team cohesion as well.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks very much, Alex. Cheers. Thanks for giving up some time to have a chat to us.
No, I really appreciate it. Thanks.
I think another element of this development series as well, Phil, is having people like Alex involved and all the coaches. It's a different look at the game for them, and they're developing as we go along as well.
Well, it's surprising the things that you pick up as you go along, and that's a great bowl from Archie. It's just arrived gently in the head, laid one bowl down, but left the head still pretty well set up. I was thinking this morning that one of the things we haven't got is a tournament director, and that's something else we could be developing. We could have had a couple of people who are potential tournament directors for us, and given them an opportunity to have a turn. Hello, Robert. Robert McMullen's joined us, the blue team coach.
Hello everyone, how you all doing?
We're doing good, mate. How are you doing?
I've been alright, I've been pretty busy, but yeah, it's been,
Keeping you busy?
always, yeah, no, I've been round directing all the rinks, and
Well,
yeah.
We see you all the time on the green as a player. How's your experience been as a coach compared to being out there as a player? How have you found the
It's been
difference?
very different, a lot more exhausting, I think, like having to watch and ride at pretty much every bowl that goes down over 3 rinks. It's been
Welcome to
tough.
the world of the selector.
I don't know, it's
not as easy.
tough.
It's not as easy to see. You see more, I think, when you're in the game
Yes,
than when you're on the sidelines watching the game,
yeah.
which seems odd because you'd think you wouldn't, but
No, you're almost like you're feeling, it's hard because you're riding the waves too as a team, if you're playing in it. But whereas, sort of sitting on the sideline, you don't really get the gauge of the intensity of it all.
no, you don't feel the momentum
No,
and shifts. And
no, and you're doing your best, but it is a lot more. You're a little bit disjointed. So
Well, this morning the blue team really stood out for us because we were streaming the game that was on this rink, and over the other side, Rico Ormerod was up and about, and he was barracking a bowl on a rink next to him, and there really was.
we were quite noisy that first game.
There was a lot of that, and it really stood out and was noticeable.
Yeah, I reckon we've come in this game a little bit quiet, but it might be just a testament to the opposition. They're playing really well, so we haven't started probably as well as we like in our fours teams, so that's probably taken a bit of the sting out of the front end of the game. But it's good to see that both junior boys are playing really good. It's a high quality game. So
Oh, it is beautiful. The development series is a new concept for us. We're trying something new. How do you think it's going? As someone who's been through the mill over a number of years without a development series, do you see value and use in it?
oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, if like I've already seen a lot of the players that have played in it getting something out, and I'm certainly getting something out of it as as a potential pathway to my coaching career. But it's if you're not getting something out of it, this high quality sort of bowls with the environment of the high performance Australian environment, then you're not doing yourself a service. So
No, certainly. We've talked to the different people, the different cogs in the machine, like the selectors are here, there's coaches here, and the selectors are seeing things that perhaps they don't expect to see. Like you have players, the coaches have thrown them into a new role, so the selectors see how they react to that, whether or not they embrace it or whether they sulk a bit, or and you see players who would ordinarily skip their leading, but they're doing it with enthusiasm and they've taken it as a challenge, and so the selectors get to see a lot about the character of the players.
And like having your own personal coach is probably very new for a lot of these guys too. So having someone sitting on the sideline, literally riding every bowl with them.
Yep.
And and they've got the opportunity to go and ask them, about shot selection or any opportunity they need is certainly something that I would have valued when I was growing up, as a junior through the ranks, but something I never had.
Also, like because it's a development series, I mean, if they make a representative team and they go to an event, there'll be a coach there, but having been through this process, they know how to interact with that coach.
Yeah.
They understand that the coach has a role and what it is, rather than just suddenly thinking, big
maybe,
game day, and all of a sudden the coach has appeared.
Maybe they're more likely to then seek a bit of help if if need be. So that's what it's all here for, and I'd say it's been a great success so far. So
That's great, mate. Thank you very much for giving us a bit of your time, and we won't hold you up any longer. You go out there and drag the blue team over the line.
That's the plan. All right, go blue. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate.
It's interesting there, Phil. I was going to mention as Rouse said, he's found it hard to watch across the three rinks. He certainly seems a lot quieter as a coach.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, he's. He made the comment that the blue team have gone into this game a little bit quiet. I think if he injected himself into one of the rinks, that would stop. I've never seen a team that he's been in that's been too quiet.
And it's quite interesting that he mentioned the Force team haven't started as they would like, and that's probably generating that quietness. And you touched on Rick sort of being up and about the first game. It's interesting that he's in that Force team, so that definitely plays a role.
Yeah, it does.
Mitch has just pulled up short there of another chance of a number.
I think he's possibly made 3 though, has he?
I think he has.
And that's, I mean, what a great head of bowls. Probably 4 or 5 bowls in that head that would have fitted on top of a bowls mat.
Yeah, I was about to say Archie's got 3 bowls within a metre, and
he might be 3
he
down.
could drop 3. That's very stiff. There's been a few ends like that.
Come again, Burton. Off draw there. Your mission get behind is really good.
Yeah, so the third shot wasn't in. It was a 2 for Mitch. Score would go to 9. Oh, was Mitch the 9? 9, so
9-7.
9-7. Nice way to game from Mitch, but just fading away. The fact that the players are occasionally missing their line, I suspect that the forehands on this rink might be slightly different, and it's a matter of keeping track of which one you're on so that you can hit the centre line.
Yeah, well, they've definitely right from the start. They've sort of had their favoured hands that they've been leaning to, and that's quite evident on every end. Of course, things don't always go to plan. You can never play your preferred all the time.
No.
Haven't watched the Open men's trials over the last few weeks here as well, Phil. I think it depends on the length on some of these rinks as well as to how much bend you get back out of your bowl.
Great shot there from Mitch. Yeah, I think that's probably right. And so you see players, if they miss their weight slightly and drop a metre or 2 short, that bowl cuts under the head. If they'd had the right weight, it'll hold.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It just seems that way, as one of Archie's is a couple of metres heavier, but sort of held the line and finished back on the line, where his first one ducked a little bit more.
So Rob McMullen's gone from commentating duties back to coaching duties, and he's right in the play now. A quick conference with Mitch Banks. Mitch is he's down 1 shot in the head, and his own bowl is probably only 9 inches from the jack. It's a matter of how does he get shot without his own bowl leaving the head.
and a prime example of what Rowdy was speaking about when we had our chat. These players can draw on their coaches for advice, something that not all players are used to, so it's good to see Mitch taking advantage of being able to do that.
And I suspect Rowdy's saying something along the lines of, you are only one down. Perhaps it's best to play a shot that gives you a chance to get shot but doesn't risk.
Yeah, of course, remembering that Archie's got one to come as well,
Exactly,
as always.
So another second shot might be a handy thing. So I think Mitch has managed to get himself another second shot there, which is good protection if Archie attacks.
I dare say Mitch was probably looking at a little bit more of an attacking shot to start with, and Rowds, as you mentioned, just sort of pointed out, if you try and draw it, if you don't, you're one down and you've got another one in the area.
Yeah, being one down's not a bad thing, even in a game of singles. It's yeah, I think it's right what you said about the line too. That bowl passed the kitty, but it didn't seem to bend a huge amount, and the bowls that Mitch played that were a little bit short really cut quite noticeably, didn't they? So it might well be weight dependent.
Yeah, I think just watching across the rinks, it seems to be a little bit like that.
Just a reminder that we are sponsored for this weekend by DRT Bowls. So bowlstournaments.com.au. If you're looking for a tournament to play in, or if your club has a tournament and you want to get it promoted, jump onto bowlstournaments.com.au and they'll look after you.
Yeah, fantastic tool at our disposal now, especially for smaller clubs as well, to jump on board, promote their tournaments. You never know who's about travelling around.
Great start again from Archie. He certainly nails that first bowl, doesn't he? When he gets the opportunity to his own kitty, he's been nailing it, and he's been putting one very close too when Mitch has thrown the jack. We've got an international viewer. We've got Trish watching from Canada. So hello Trish. When we woke up this morning it was -3 in Launceston. I think it's probably summer in Canada, isn't it? So
At the moment, I think, yes.
you probably think -3, stop being so sad, you boys. It's not that bad, but it's cold for us.
Thankfully, it is warming up in here as we go along, but can't get over the amount of players out on the green that were wearing shorts at 8:30 this morning, Phil, while we were all trying to find heaters.
They're young and tough. Very impressive bowls from Archie.
Yeah, he stuck to his hand there, and backed himself to get around the front. While Archie has a 3-shot lead here, that's probably just that little bit more consistency when he has had the chance of holding the mat.
Mitch is following this one up. I think his weight looks pretty good.
I think he's somewhere about it. just holding out on him.
Well, it's cut one out, so possibly still 2 down. Still does have a bowl to come. No trouble finding the line coming this way, Brad.
No, all bowls there. We had a camera view straight up the line. There wouldn't be too many offered, I don't think.
No. Last bowl from Archie. Very, very impressive bowling. Round of applause from his coach. He said, "You can't do any better than that, mate," and that's probably true.
Yeah, a very nice end there. Just laid his shot bowl over, which if Mitch plays the exact same bowl here, he should be able to sit on the shot bowl.
A little shelf to sit on now. He just needs to be confident. Play the same bowl. I think he likes it.
Just adjusted his line slightly.
And again, in this head, Mitch has got 2 bowls 2 feet away, and he's 3 down. Very high standard game.
As we mentioned before, Phil, about singles there, you're out there making the calls yourself and the decisions. There's a prime example. If you've got to skip up the other end, they're just going to sort of say, same bowl, you got 2 here to sit on, and give you that confidence.
And can tell you that bowl that just got laid out, that is exactly on the track your last bowl travelled along. Don't change anything. And you can't really see that from the mat. You have to make a determination, make a decision yourself.
Yeah, that's right. As Archie hasn't quite nailed it this time, but
No,
it's not too far away.
Poor old bowl, that one. It's all of 6 inches away.
It's just pulling up short. Now that's probably a little bit of scoreboard pressure now starting to kick in as Archie goes to a 13-7 lead.
Good catch, Kim.
It's letting go a
Well, I think that's probably a little bit of
loose one
frustration,
there. I think so.
and not a bad thing. That'll. He's still got 2 bowls to come, so he made the decision to go early. And if he goes again, he's got a slightly bigger target.
He's lining up to go again. Nailed it that time.
That is impressive bowling. Like, the boys are drawing well, and they've got the power game too. 2 bowl target and hit it both times.
As you mentioned earlier, sometimes you've just got to scrap and try and get that mat back to change something.
Well, you've got to win and end ugly, don't you? You've got to change something, get yourself back in the game, change the length, change something.
So now the boys have got 1 bowl to come each, and
We'll find out who
gives
can.
them both an opportunity.
We'll find out who can draw to the ditch. Played that a bit like Ryan McCool.
That's a little slight dig there of your teammate back at Sandy Bay, Phil.
Apparently cannot draw to the ditch. Well,
Looks like he's
Mitch has cut one out.
cut his line slightly, but if he sneaks past the shot bolt,
He's cut them both out. Well,
so there you go. As we mentioned, is winning an end ugly.
and Archie, apart from that last bowl where he tried to draw to the ditch and fell a metre or so short, couldn't have played that end much better. His bowls were almost perfect.
Yeah, and even with his last bowl, he sort of was a bit cautious. Had plenty of room, but if he overplays it and goes in the ditch, it gives Mitch
Free kick.
plenty of room.
Yeah.
Interesting to see that Mitch hasn't changed the length all that much.
No, they're both sort of preferring the same length. I don't know. I think if it was me, I might try a long end, short end, long end to try and break up that beautiful draw weight that Archie's using, just to break his rhythm a little bit. Even if it didn't help me, it might hurt him.
Yeah, I think he probably needed to change something. Although he's changed himself, he's made sure he's got his first one up this time, where he's been dropping short with his first one, just trying to be too pretty the last couple of events. If he can nail it with this one, he then puts the pressure back on.
Yeah, he's done that. And good to see that bit of aggression creep into his game last end, and that might be the change he's made. He's made a decision that he's going to be more aggressive, not let the heads build up.
Archie just running into his first one there, pushing it enough for shot. But yeah, sometimes you've just got to let one rip and let all your built-up aggression out, and then take a breath and start again.
Wow. That bowl will be shot if it falls down, if it's not already.
It's a bit hard to see from where we're sitting here, whether it's got its nose just in front of the flat bowl.
Nicely set up though. I mean, you can play a metre of weight to your own bowl, trail the kitty down the line. So it's a measure now.
He's put the pressure on Kim by coming and having a look, and she's changed her mind.
Yeah. So an important ball for Mitch. He changed things up last end, played a couple of drives, won the ugly end as we said, and now doesn't really want to lose the end.
Not sure if he's added any weight.
No, he'd be very disappointed with that, I think. But every advantage there by being up.
Yeah, it's one of those shots where you'd rather overplay it and be a couple of metres through than dropping short.
Yeah, especially on an end where in the end Archie had three bowls that were all a metre short.
Yeah,
So that was an end where all the advantage was with Mitch, but not the shot.
he probably got the end he was after from Archie with
Yeah,
a bit of a loose one there. Just Couldn't quite hold that mat. It's interesting to see how bowlers start their careers, Phil, and with the juniors quite often it's family dragging you along, and that's the case with both these boys, as we mentioned with Mitch, his dad and his pop playing.
We talked about it in the last stream. I was chatting with Tracy Little, and it's a definite theme that people who come to bowls come through family members. I think any promotion we do of bowls to try and attract new members, the best way is to ask people to look for people in their extended family who might need a sport or a game or an outlet socially, and work on them rather than just going out into the community and blanket bombing people who have no other link.
Yeah, and I guess you got to start from somewhere.
See, the game's played in good spirit, isn't it? Archie apologising there, apologising to Mitch. He played a drive and glanced off a bowl that was not on the line and got a result and apologised for it. It was not the intended shot that he was playing.
Yeah, and I wasn't too sure. The rink next door cleaned up a bowl that was on its way in there too. I'm not sure how that was tracking, but he could either apologise or they'd be thanking him that they get it back.
Yeah.
And of course the jack now goes on the 6 foot. We're playing the respot rule.
And that's a pretty good bowl from Mitch. He's still got a bowl left, and he's got one close enough to put some pressure on Archie.
Archie's line looks fair here. It's just a matter of where it pulls up.
Yeah, Archie's played that well too. And again, it's an opportunity for Mitch. He's got a bowl on the way in and a bowl on the way out. He can afford to play a metre.
Yeah, and again, if he just misses either side, he's only one down. So although he's 14-8 down on the scoreboard, it still won't hurt.
He's played beautiful weight.
That's
good shot. A good shot for no luck.
just getting under the jack. You pick that up. That seems to happen more often than not when you're behind on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's right. The head was turned over by Archie with a lucky slide, and Mitch played and got a slide, and it was an unlucky slide.
Yeah, I saw a interesting one in this morning's games. One of the guys drove at the jack, picked it up clean, and it slammed into a bowl at the back and bounced exactly back where it was.
Yeah.
If you don't laugh, you cry at those sort of shots sometimes. Mitch would be doing the same there.
First bowl again from Archie is a very good bowl. Close enough to put a little bit of pressure on Mitch. And he's up to it. And he draws a toucher.
Both boys can certainly hold their head up high after this game. It's been
I'm glad I'm not playing
an
either
absolute
of them.
cracker. I think if we were playing either of them, it'd be all over by now, Phil.
Pretty sure. Both very stylish bowlers with their smooth deliveries. Young people seem to be able to just glide off the mat and let their bowls go with the same action over and over and over again.
And as we mentioned, talking to the coaches earlier about embracing your colours, it's good to see the boys here put the jumper on and the colour over top, so they're still representing.
They are. Keep one of our callers happy at least, who thought they should wear their T-shirts over their jumpers. The boys have taken it on board. Archie's got good solid body language. You don't have to watch his bowl. You can watch him. If his bowl's not quite on line, he's kicking his feet trying to get it back on line, and
gets the bend going with the body.
Does.
Big chance here for Mitch.
Played this beautifully. Well, that's close.
From here, I'd say it's ran far enough, but as we get into the later stages of this game, Phil, with it being 21 up, Mitch just doesn't need to panic. Just try and aim at stringing a couple ends together, even if it's ones, and then keeps himself in with a chance. And all of a sudden, if he can do that, the gap closes up and the pressure comes back on Archie.
Singles game, there's no end limit. He just needs to keep winning enough ends to keep Archie away from the checkout zone. He's still sick. He still needs 6 to go out. If he can score 3 or 4 for himself, Mitch, and narrow the gap without Archie getting too much closer, is always a chance.
Another nice opening bowl there. I think if we took a poll of everyone sitting around watching this game, Phil, they'd be quite happy to have either one of these boys leading for them the way they've sent their first couple down.
I think I'd be leading for one of them the way they're playing, not them leading for me.
Both boys have been determined to stick to their own hand.
They have. It's unusual, isn't it, to see people playing hands that are opposites.
I guess you get that a little bit more playing on these indoor surfaces where you haven't got the breeze coming from one side or the elements.
Yeah. Well, yeah, switch up whatever you're comfortable with, I guess. And most players have a preferred hand. They have a go-to forehand or backhand.
Archie just changing hands there and cutting the line.
Mitch has got a wise head on his shoulders, having Archie asked who was shot, and the marker said, I think you're down, but Mitch wasn't prepared to accept that. He said, I'll sneak up and have a quick look for myself.
Just to be sure.
Just to be sure, to be sure.
And always the better option. You've only got yourself to blame then.
Lovely weight. And because I guess some of his bowls have been cutting a little bit on that hand, he took that little bit of extra grass and stayed out.
Just seemed to hold a little bit. It's been quite interesting, both boys using the XGs.
Yeah.
Archie doing the same there. His first one ducked
Yeah.
under the line, and he's just
Perhaps
overcorrected that little bit, and it's just held.
perhaps when the kiddie's up at that far end where it is at the moment, the draw just goes out of it a little bit.
Yeah, they don't seem to swoop quite as much towards the ends.
No.
Mitch, with a nice starter there again, seems to have got his draw back a little bit ever since he's sort of made sure he's been up with his first one.
Yeah, and perhaps Archie, who was playing really confidently early, every bowl seemed to be almost a guaranteed toucher, has started to drop a few more short over the last 4 or 5 ends, which is giving opportunities to Mitch.
And that's another challenge of playing singles as well, is the concentration level is there for a longer period of time.
Yeah, and perhaps as you say about scoreboard pressure, you also have the opposite effect. Is that you look at the board and you find yourself 5 or 6 or 7 shots in front. You relax slightly, and whilst the other person feels under pressure, you don't, and suddenly that intensity drops off.
Yeah, where if you find yourself, say in Archie's position here, where he's sort of 2 good ends and he's out, you probably start thinking or fall into the trap of thinking that way a little bit. When you can see the finish line a little bit closer in the distance.
Yeah.
Mitch maybe running through just a little bit there.
Yeah. Yeah, Mitch is shaking his head. He probably feels a little bit unlucky, but there was a good bowl from Archie that cut his shot out.
With no big shots being played to smack the head around, this has probably been their loosest end of the game, Phil.
Yeah, probably right, yeah. One to Archie.
And I was saying before about Mitch, just all he needs to do is keep the mat and tick a couple ends over to get himself back into the game. Archie at the same time, that's all he's got to be looking at doing, and all of a sudden he's within striking distance of getting to that 21.
Archie back to his usual form, dropping one straight on it.
Mitch ducking under there, and the jack's probably 3/4 length, and if you just happen to cut your line slightly, they seem to bend along a lot more than they do on the longer ends down towards the 6 foot mark.
Yeah, it's tricky, and you have to keep your wits about you and think about it, but it's obviously doable.
As Mitch
Demonstrates
there. We've got a bit of a side-on view here, but I wouldn't think that he took a lot more grass.
and then it forces Archie to play that little bit of extra weight, and as we've seen with that little bit of extra weight on that hand, then you lose that bend. So he slides by.
Actually having a look at his options here, which from where we're sitting, Phil, very limited.
Yeah, he's only one down, of course, but he has a forehand shot perhaps off that wide bowl. Get a bit of edge.
Yes,
But it is Mitch's bowl, so if he gets the wrong side of it,
bit of guidance from his coach there.
now I suspect that hand is it's not bad for a draw shot, but the line's going to be tricky for other shots.
Yeah, I think it's one of those hands where it's draw or flat out up the middle. Those little swingers have sort of seem tricky to pick.
One to Mitch. It should be 16-11, I think, isn't it? 16-11. So Mitch has still got a little bit of breathing space, but he's got to find 10 shots before his opponent finds 5.
Yeah, he's hanging around.
If he could pick up a 1 or a 2 or a 3 perhaps on an end, and then drop a 1, and then pick up a 2 or a 3 and drop a 1, all of a sudden that gap closes.
Yeah, nice number. Ideally on this end here. Starts asking questions of Archie again. And then we could be in for the grandstand finish that we thought we were going to be right from the start, Phil.
Yeah. First bowl's on the way, it won't be short, and it's not going to be a mile away. It's a pretty fair start. I think we're a little bit longer, aren't we?
We
Perhaps 6
are
foot longer?
Probably the longest end we've had. Isn't a bad tactic from Mitch. The last few ends, he's sort of been making sure he's reaching. And
I think
Archie struggled a little bit to reach, so...
Archie changed hands in. He's played his backhand coming this way for the first.
Yep.
He's been playing his forehand.
That might say something about what we've been touching on with the different hands holding depending on the length.
Yeah.
Could also just be Archie thinking that Mitch is starting to find a little bit more rhythm, so he's got to try and upset him a little bit. So one way of doing that is to switch over to his hand, and if you happen to drop short, you can be in his way and make him change.
Right. A little blue team excitement in the background. Rowdy's got him up and about. Three good bowls from Mitch. Three nicely weighted bowls. It's probably only a foot of difference in the weight of the whole 5 bowls down there.
Yeah, both boys have been very consistent.
No harm done there. That bowl was already shot, but it's given Archie another second. And it's given Mitch something to think about.
Archie wouldn't be disappointed to run into it again like he just did.
No.
With it going past the jack now.
Change of hand here for Mitch on the backhand after a chat to the coach. Got his own bowl on the way in on that backhand side.
His weight seemed okay.
Might have just been a foot wide.
Archie, try and sit the ball out here. Shot ball hanging around.
Yeah, Mitch's bowl went with the jack, so very fortunate. A good bowl from Archie.
Yeah, if he sits it out clean, he's probably looking at 2 or 3 there.
Kitty didn't go out of bounds, stayed in, so Mitch's bowl ended up shot 1.
The margin tightens up just that fraction again.
And next door on the fours rink, the blue team have scored a 4, and that's closed things up over there. Coach Robert, when he was sitting with us, was worried about their start. and their finish is coming along pretty well.
Yeah, they're definitely starting to get up and about across the rinks, the blue team. Not surprising that they're starting to find a little bit of voice when your coach's nickname's Rowdy.
Rowdy, exactly. He's been building momentum.
But again, you may be able to hear in the background. So Rowdy's positioned himself in between the rinks, and he just keeps singing out, "Ask the question, Blue, keep asking the question." So that's just giving his teammates a little bit of confidence that, you know, if you keep putting them in there, you see what the opposition's got, whether they can keep their lead or whether they start to panic a bit. Nice position there by Archie. Just with those couple of stretched out ends, Archie's just lost the
Lost
touch
the edge
a
of
little
his
bit.
weight, yeah. Yeah, he's probably 2 down, possibly 3 down this end.
He's thrown the head up and swung the arm across there, Phil. I thought he liked it out of the hand, but
No, well that would be the loosest end he's played this game, and he's not a machine. You can't do it every end. He has been up until now.
Mitchie, if it pulls that, should count, and probably a smart bowl. He didn't want to go too close
No.
and build a target.
Holding 3, I suspect. Yeah, chat to the coach, and as we all know, second shots are good. So this will be a draw shot with a chance, but no more weight than you need to stay closer than Mitch's second shot.
Yeah, he can play this just over the draw, so if he misses, he's pulling up second shot still. If he happens to drag the jack that far, he's turned it into 3 himself, and he's just under. Maybe a touch heavier than he wanted to be, but
It's exactly what Mitch needed, a 3, which just tightens that gap. That should get into 14, and all of a sudden we've got a gap of 2. 15. 15 for a gap of 1. So
yeah, with the last end,
we're
back to game on.
We did predict a close finish, and the boys haven't let us down.
And now, as we mentioned, Rowdy saying to his troops, keep asking the question. That's exactly what Mitch has done the last couple of ends here.
Well, it's a lot different. 2 shots ahead than it was a couple of ends ago. Your comfort zone gets a lot smaller, doesn't it? You're thinking, oh, I've only got to roll my arm over for a few ends here and I'll be home. All of a sudden, you're under attack.
Yeah, where Archie can fall into the trap of thinking 2 good ends and I'm home.
Yeah.
He's now got that other shoulder saying, yeah, but 2 good ends the other way, and you're done.
There's always somebody sitting on your shoulder whispering in your ear. They are very good bowls.
And now the Now the scoreboard's tightened back up. The heads have tightened back up again for us, Phil.
Yep, everybody switch back on. It's an unusual choice, but
It's landed in a good spot, but yeah, interesting hand to play.
that's why I played it, I guess. From where I'm sitting, I didn't realise that ball was shot.
He's got a lot better eyes than us, considering he's
Yeah,
15 metres further away.
yeah. All right. So decision made for Mitch. He's one down and probably 2 seconds. On the backhand and overweight, looking for the bowl. And as we've seen, I think, a couple of times in this game, down that side, that little bit of weight and you lose the bend you're looking for.
Yeah, it seems to just hold out that side, yet in the opposite direction, it's on the other hand.
Yeah.
Archie just having a good look here, making sure that it is only one. I think he'll be just nothing too silly. He'll be just trying to draw inside his front one,
Gentle
or turn it in,
Gentle draw shot.
pick up a one or a two, and move on. I think.
Get that little break back out again.
Now, one, so he gets that mat back. Takes a slight breath after a bit of a run from Mitch.
Mitch would be pretty pleased with that little run. It's got him back in contention. He just has to now make sure that he doesn't let Archie take control of the game with playing to his own length again.
Yeah, and again, even though he's lost that mat, he's got to stay upbeat and just concentrate on winning this one. Couple of big margins over in the red wearing black team against the green. I'm not sure which way,
No.
but with the black leading the way for the weekend.
Good shot there by Archie. Travelling pretty well too, this bowl.
Yeah, good reply there by Mitch.
Mitch has cold drawn the shot and dropped into a lovely hole just behind the kitty.
setting the head up pretty well for themselves, both players this end.
And again, we see that little bit of extra weight.
You can tell halfway down the green, can't you, that
They
it's just not going to let go like the others.
Yeah. Yeah, the dead draw weight, they'll let go.
This one of Mitch's with less weight, you can tell that it just starts to bend halfway down the green where you're slightly over.
Great ball. The coach is handing out high fives now, or low fives. Wow. A good hit from Archie, and perhaps a little unlucky that only one bowl left the head.
He probably got it a little bit full. If he had a rattled the keel and back onto the 6 foot would have been very nice for him. See how good Mitch's memory is.
Yeah. Pardon me. It's not too bad.
Yeah, lovely bowl there by Mitch.
That's very special from Mitch, isn't it? Those two bowls.
It's the best thing you can do when your opponent has a drive and takes one out, and just put it straight back.
Yeah. And the scores are level.
We've got a race to 4.
Both players are in the checkout zone. Kim was pretty keen to mark this game, and I can see why. She's got the best view in the house. She'd be enjoying this immensely. She loves a game of bowls.
Especially when it's been such high quality. And to be honest, it probably needed to be high quality to get Kim from under the blanket that she was
I think you're right.
had over her legs this morning. Again, Mitch opting for the longer end that's got him back into the game.
Yeah. And his weight's improved in the second half of the game, and he's been failing a little bit long rather than failing a little bit short, and that's made all the difference. It's given him bowls in good positions, and if he doesn't crash on that front bowl,
Yeah, just
he hasn't.
Fast.
that would be the shot. Oh, he sounds very surprised. Did he think he had shot?
Yeah, Archie's surprised there. Obviously thought that
The bowl
his
behind
bowl
was
didn't run
closer.
through quite as far.
Oh, he sorted that out for him.
He'd be extremely surprised if he was 2 down now. Big bowl here by Mitch. If he can just sit that last bowl a roll, puts the pressure right on.
Well, the bowl's got the weight to sit it.
Not liking it overly much.
Oh,
Gonna be white.
Blake was perfect. And again, the last bowl, if you can add with that last bowl, make that break.
Yeah, he's probably
Blake's nice.
just running on a touch.
One.
And he had an option there to drag the jack a little bit for at least 3. And I reckon he had that in the back of his mind. That's why he was that little bit heavier. Where if you
Just couldn't bring himself to
just
not
draw,
play the safe
just
line.
draw the shot and play the safe one, you pick up the extras on the next end. Archie's got his preferred length back, and
Yeah.
it's
And we get a switch from Mitch to the other hand. Not a bad switch.
back to your normal programming with his first.
Last time this happened, Mitch drove himself out of trouble, opting for the draw this time.
And he's stuck on the same hand.
Yeah, probably be disappointed with that. He's now still a couple down, and he's got 2 bowls in his own way.
It really needed to just overplay it slightly there to give himself some options.
Yeah.
Archie draws another one and is probably holding game now.
Wow. Yeah. And the pressure just piles on.
Now, you can tell we're getting to the pointy end of a tight game when both players are standing next to their coaches for the first time.
Yep. Yeah, there's 10 minutes left on the time clock, and I think there's no trouble here. The boys will get this game played out. And that was a brilliant save by Mitch. A nice controlled weight shot through his own bowl and ran on for shot, and he was in all sorts of trouble before that shot.
Yeah, and just laid in front of it now, and he's got a back bowl. That's the sort of shot we were surprised he didn't play with his second one.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so he's got head position and shot now.
Archie having a bit of a drive there now.
Now we've got Mitch in pole position with a catcher at the back, a loaded kitty, and a bowl left.
he could probably overplay this one slightly and turn his own onto it and
It's
make 3.
I think the gap's probably a little bit too big to be.
He's playing sensible, but not gonna. Nor is it gonna run?
No.
Not quite.
1. Scores a level.
Now it becomes interesting, Phil. Not only are they got their opponents to worry about going out in one end, but they've got the time clock against them as well, and you don't want to be behind when that siren goes.
You do not. No.
This is probably where the coaches have got to play a bigger role, keeping an eye on that for them.
They've probably got this end plus an end, I would have thought, before the bell goes. So, like 2 singles, or they're not going to make 21.
Yeah. This end is possibly the most important end of the match.
Yeah, you'd like to be ahead after this end, wouldn't you? Just in case.
Oh, you don't get it until you debrief.
Apart from stating the obvious that you'd like to pick up 3 this end.
Yeah, that would be the best way to be ahead.
You'd be
Expert comments from Brad Johns.
more than happy, ideally, to pick up a 2 and just get that little bit of breathing space and aim for second shot on the last end going back the other way, I would think.
Hard to tell from this angle, but I would think that Archie is shot. Change your hands from Mitch. Knows what he's got to beat on that other hand, I guess. Doesn't seem to have the pace. Looking on the screen, I think that bowl of Archie's is definitely shot.
Yeah, I'd say so. And he's playing smart here, just making sure he's reaching.
Yeah.
Doesn't give Mitch any options behind.
Well, that's good. Well, smart bowl from Mitch, really. The best, although there's still an opportunity there possibly to make it 3 with a good draw shot and a short trail.
I reckon with that front one of Mitch is sticking out there, it might be a bit tricky.
Might be right in the way.
At this stage of the game, you don't really want to plough into that and push it in for 1, but Archie sticking to his backhand.
Gone for the safe draw shot.
Weight looks fair.
Good bowl. Played it with enough weight to get that little trail.
He's almost back cut it on the opposite hand.
Yeah. Right.
Thanks, Scott.
Take your time throwing the kitty. No, you wouldn't, would you? You'd throw it. Get the kiddies down.
If you've thrown it in the ditch and the bell goes,
Yeah,
is that class as starting the end?
don't think so. Well, umpire's checked his watch and he's heading for the bell. Ding, ding.
Now, things get interesting.
They do. Tricky end for the boys. That's not an end where you want to be leaving too many bowls short. Mitch strikes first and gets one of the bowls. Could be a tie.
Could be. We said it was going to be close. That's a good shot by Archie.
Gives Mitch a reference point to draw to.
Mitch has played good weight here.
Yeah, Mitch has
Of
got
course.
another one about it, which is pretty handy.
Not only is the pressure on with the score, and we now know that this is the last end no matter what, but all the other rings have finished and they're all watching as well, Phil.
Yeah. That's in the area, that bowl.
So Mitch would be holding
And he's got last
this
bowl.
one. He's got last bowl. Both of Archie's bowls are lined up
Will
if he
both
wants to
go.
get both of them.
Yeah.
So he's giving himself every opportunity.
But he's also blocked that hole. Archie can be a little overweight and a little under the head and grab the kitty or sit the bowl.
Yeah, and I think that's a shot he's got to play.
Yeah. Looks like draw weight.
Must be close. He's not giving us much with his body language. And it is close. That's a bomb. Over to you, Mitch Banks. Now, Rowdy's experience helping him out here. He's just told him that you got to get 2 for a draw, and if it's an easier option than getting all 3 bowls, which it probably is.
Yeah, he's given him an option. Probably pointed out a shot that he may not have seen for himself. Looks like it's going to be a backhand full draw to try and trail the kitty out of that hole and get it round the corner towards Kim and bring in the other bowl.
Yeah, I think so.
And it ended up not being a tie.
Or a timed out game.
Or a timed out game. Archie made his 3, and everything is back where it should be. And it was a great game to watch.
Fantastic game by both boys. Big futures, the pair of them.
Final word from our sponsor, DRT Bowls. Don't forget that if you have a bowls tournament at your club and you need it advertised, if you contact DRT Bowls, and they will add you to their list and promote your tournament. And if you're travelling around or looking for a tournament, the place to go is bowlstournaments.com.au, DRT Bowls. They have listings on there of bowls tournaments, and they are very helpful people. So jump onto the internet, have a look at bowlstournaments.com.